In this video, we're going to be going over a market update in 2024, April, almost May 2024. Market update for Joshua Tree and Los Angeles suburbs. Those are my two markets. We're going to go over two things. Our bidding wars. My hands, they got a mind of their own. Our bidding wars back. What's the outlook for recession in this economy? If you're a home buyer, if you're a home seller, what next? Stay tuned.
Watch the video through to the end for pro tips that could save you a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah, definitely stick around to the end of the video for a bonus tip. By the way, my name's John Chevsky. I'm with Kaleo Real Estate. And if you are thinking about purchasing or selling property in Los Angeles or Joshua Tree or anywhere in California, I got people all over the place. I also have people in Nashville, the Smokies, in Austin, Texas, all over the place. So just hit me up, send me a message, and I will connect you with an awesome agent just about anywhere in the United States. All my contact information is below in the description. And then I got my number right here on the screen. First off, the markets are still great. Who are they great for? They are great for people that are selling property, especially people that are selling property and looking to rent or move somewhere else, because then you get the benefit of being at the top of the diva charts as a seller, a diva seller, and you get none of the drawbacks of having to be a buyer in the market. That said, I've got deals going right now with clients that are buying and selling. The headlines of the mainstream media will make you feel like it's not doable, it's crazy, it's chaos. It is challenging, but there's good news. Let's just put it that way. There's good news. Home sellers, low inventory is keeping buyers fighting over your home. The median sales price has been trending up since the beginning of the year. In Los Angeles County, median sales price in Los Angeles County from the beginning of the year, $900,000. To middle of April, $988,000. If you're a home seller, you're like, oh my God, that's crazy. In a good way. Why is that in a good way? Because you're like, oh dude, my house actually might have went up in value since the beginning of the year. Yes. Let's go behind the scenes. Being an agent that represents both home buyers and home sellers, I get to see both sides. So I get to see a little bit of what's happening aside from the headlines, what's really happening in a tangible form. In both Los Angeles suburbs and in Joshua Tree, we've definitely seen a decline in the amount of buyers fighting over a property. We are no longer seeing bidding wars with 10, 15, 20 buyers fighting over a property. We are, however, seeing bidding wars between 1 to 3 people as they compete to win the escrow. That really should be a game show, like with Japanese game show level challenges to see who can win the honor of buying the home. Can't believe it's coming to that. This is housing, people. But seriously though, here's the gist. If you're a buyer sitting on the sideline wondering if now is the time to strike, and by strike, I mean take out that home that you want, what you want to do is you want to figure out your finances and figure out the details of your actual market. So in this video, I'm talking about Joshua Tree and Los Angeles. You might say, well, I'm in Landers, or, I'm over here in Costa Mesa. The specific market that you're in is going to be very different. So you want to sit down with your agent. If I'm your agent, you want to hit me up, call me. We want to just talk about what's going on with your finances, your abilities, and what the market's been like for the past 2, 3, 4 weeks. And then you want to talk to if you're getting a loan. If you're paying with cash, awesome. Then you've probably already clicked off this video and been like, I'm paying with cash. What does it matter? But if you're not paying with cash, like most of us, you need to get a loan. Let's talk to a lender. Get all that figured out for you. Once you have your information from a lender, then you can kind of see, hey, my partner and I are trying to buy this house, or I'm trying to buy this house on my own, and it looks great. It looks like I should go for it now. Or hey, it doesn't look right. I'm gonna have to hold off, or we're gonna have to hold off for a better time. There's no wrong answer, and there's nothing wrong if you can't buy a house right now, or there's nothing wrong with you if you're like, I can buy 2 houses right now. We're all just people. It's good, but that is the process we need to go through. So the gist again is just to call your agent. If that's me, call me and just go over figuring out if now's the time. I can usually tell over the phone if we're having a Zoom. I'll be like, hey man, you're not ready to buy a house right now. Go take a deep breath, do some cold plunges, do some push-ups. The housing market's not for you right now. Oh, dog, what are you waiting for? You should have had a house last weekend. Either way, talk to a professional that knows what's actually going on in the market, and then we'll decide together as a team. If you're a home seller, if you're thinking about being a home seller, you're not even sure, am I home? Do I even own the home that I'm in? We need to talk. For many people, if you're thinking about selling in the next year, now's the time to put it on the market. Right now. right now because you're in a position of being the diva. You're the hot chick at the dance, or you're the hot dude at the dance, or you're the hot them, they at the barbecue. Either way, you're in the top of the food chain right now and you get to have your pick. But don't get too excited. Nothing lasts forever. So if you're the diva of the situation right now, don't let pride get in the way. This could change like, did that snap get picked up by the microphone well? This could change very quickly, and that's something we're going to get into in the next part of this video. But right now, let's talk about what's going on right now. Let's talk about, oh God, I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoyed that. But right now, let's talk about right now. Okay. We don't know the future, but we do know that right now we're in a fantastic seller's market, and there's no way to know how much longer that's going to last. So again, if you're watching this and you have a lot of money and you don't need to time a market and you don't need to worry about any of this stuff and you can live leisurely, that's great. This video isn't for you. But if you're looking at this going, I want to sell at the best time possible, I want to control the controllables, then there's a good chance that right now is a good time for you to sell. Again, we're going to have to talk on the phone and me find out your actual personal situation that you're in before I give you a recommendation. But overall, most people, this is a good time to sell in Los Angeles for Joshua Tree. So now what we're going to discuss is the impending recession. Or not. Two renowned experts, David Rosenberg and John Chang, just had a friendly debate on if there is going to be a recession or not. And there's something I want you to take away from this after we kind of go over the whole thing. And we'll get to that soon. So let's start with a summary of David Rosenberg's perspective on the impending recession. Rosenberg is basically calling for a recession. He says it's an impending economic situation. That's not a quote. That's just me summarizing, just so you know. His main argument, and this is completely reasonable, who knows if it's what's going to happen, but this is something that for my little brain sounds right. The rate hikes have kind of had an effect that is a time delay. It's kind of a way of saying the rate hikes have not had their economic effect fully yet. So we've yet to see what the rate hikes have done to us. It sounds really dramatic, but you get the point. So David thinks despite the resilient economy and this thriving job market, we're still going to see the stock market go down. We're going to see all these things change and turn into a recession because that's just like the health of the cycle. To me, someone who's studied up on this and works professionally in these things, but I'm not an economist, I go, okay, that makes perfect sense. You laid it out to me like an adult lays out to something, like a teacher lays out something to a student. I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm buying what you're selling. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm drinking what you're pouring. I'm eating what you're cooking. I'm smoking what you're lighting. I'm reading what you're writing. I'm listening to what you're playing. I'm putting barbecue sauce on what you're smoking. I'm bottling what you're brewing. I'm blessing what you're sneezing. Now let's hear what John Chang has to say. And he works for one of the biggest commercial real estate firms that you might have heard of, Marcus and Millichap. So he's worth listening to. I have a friend that used to work at Marcus and Millichap. He would just laugh if I was using them as a reference. But he's a total disgruntled hippie. Now, what Johnny Chang focused on in his argument was AI and how that will disrupt and maybe not disrupt. He thinks that housing affordability with millennials in their inheritance and what many people are earning at their jobs now is making it so that things are actually going to be pretty good and we avoided a recession. And even though, all of the YouTube videos and big philosophers are arguing that AI is like the biggest disruptor of our lives, in the now term, Johnny Chang saying, no, that's not the biggest disruptor for real estate right now. It's e-commerce and remote work. So basically this large millennial demand as the older generation retires or dies and either helps their kids buy houses or gives them inheritance through dying. Oh God, it's morbid. That's going to continue to drive housing demand. And he thinks that right now there's just short-term volatility, but 5 years from now, things will probably smooth out. Who knows where it's going to go 5 years from now with how wild AI is and how new of a technology it is for the public to be interacting with and not knowing how it's going to be utilized and then how AI will help AI develop even more. It's very hard to say where we'll be in 5 years. But right now, Johnny Chang's saying, yeah, we're not really going to have a recession, bro. He's going thumbs down for a recession. Thumbs up for this video, though, by the way. But thumbs down for the recession. So in learning from both of these professionals having a friendly debate over this, what do I walk away with? And what should you walk away with? I normally don't want to tell people how to think, but I would just recommend that walking away from this, it should leave you with a sense of both of these debaters had great points and they're not mutually, or they are mutually, the truth, objective truth is mutually exclusive, meaning that both of these debaters could be completely right, but not in the same universe. Only one can be right in this universe. So what does that mean? You don't know what's going to happen with the economy and with the recession. So if you're thinking about buying a house and you're not able to afford it, chill out, bro. No one's going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to be happy that you are in a safe place. And if you're thinking about selling your house, well, you don't know what the economy is going to be like in 3 years. You don't know what it's going to be like in a year. You don't know what it's going to be like in 6 months. So your best bet is to control the controllables, work with what you have right now, which is a good seller's market. There you go. I hope that was helpful. Here's your pro tip. Thanks for sticking around for your pro tip. I really appreciate it. If you have a distressed property or just a home with a lot of deferred maintenance, now that's a relative term, but just imagine if you have a home with a deferred maintenance or it's very distressed. With the low inventory right now, you can still sell that home for top dollar. Pretty much all homes are in high demand. Now, top dollar doesn't mean that you can sell it for the same price necessarily as a gorgeous turnkey home with no issues. But what it does mean is that for a distressed property, you can get top dollar for it. So let me give you an example. Imagine spending $40K to do your kitchen on a house that was going to catch you $750. Then you do your $40K and you find out, oh, your house is still worth about $750. What the heck did you spend that money for? What the heck did you waste 2-3 months for, or maybe more, having your property worked on? Every case is different, but this is why I stress, have a walkthrough done. Even if you're like, I'm not signing any papers, I don't want some realtor telling me what to do. Great. But what I do is I come to your house and I just walk through and I give you notes and I tell you what you should and shouldn't do. That way you have no idea how many people, and I used to not always tell everybody this, and I should have. You learn with time. I was shy. I didn't want to be presumptuous. I didn't want to annoy people. Now I'm not shy. I'm not worried about being presumptuous, and I'm okay with annoying people. What I do is I come to your house, I walk through it. I give you a nice list and I say, hey, you could do this, you could do that. Probably don't focus that. Maybe do a little bit of this. It's opportunity cost. I help you with that to make sure that you don't have an opportunity cost wasted. It doesn't cost you anything, by the way. It's part of my job. I make my living off of commissions. So I'm not charging you to come by and see your house. And if you don't want to sell your house, totally cool. It's still fun to have someone go through it and tell you, hey man, this is a nice house. Sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes I walk through and go like, hey, this is a real hole. I don't know how you live here, but I can sell it for you. I can sell it for you if you need to. My value is in helping my clients through the process, negotiating on your behalf, getting you the most amount of money you could get for that property or whatever terms it is that you desire, whatever's possible. Hit me up. Let's rock and roll. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a house right now, you definitely want to check out this video so you know about what's going on with the commission settlement from NAR. Right there. Click it right up there.